Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a presentation on digital transformation in retail by QueueBuster. Digital transformation in retail by QueueBuster. I'd like to invite Mr. Varun Tangri, Chief Executive Officer QueueBuster, to take us through the presentation. The blue mic, please.
Check. So I'm going to make this a little informal because yesterday when I was given this task, you have to present about your company. So there were two presentations that I made. One was very formal one, which had all those typical corporate slides. But then I thought that we are in Mumbai and we are all Bollywood people. So I think it will make a lot more sense if I give you a presentation in a lot more Bollywood style. So I'm going to tell you my story of QueueBuster in a very, very filmy style. So who we are? सारा शहर हमें QueueBuster के नाम से जानता है. So we are a point of sale, full stack, Android based, ERP ready point of sale solution. And we empower your outlets. We give you a point of sale software which you can use to manage your inventory, your khata, your online dukaan, your customers, your CRM, your loyalty, all combined into one. So it's a super app called as QueueBuster, जैसे कि सारा शहर में जानता है इस नाम से. Let me tell you my story. कहाँ ये from where we started and where we have come so far. So we started in 2012. Then we worked our ass off, and in 2015 we got acquired by Zomato. So we were a restaurant-based point of sale application back then. We got acquired. Then in 2016 we restarted our entrepreneurial journey with QueueBuster, and then again for next 6 years we kept on working really hard. And then in 2022 June we finally raised our Series A round, and as Babura would say, uthale re baba. So we raised our Series A round, which was by the prominent investors like 𝗕𝗂𝗂𝗧𝗕𝗂𝗲𝗄𝗧, Flourish, and it was perhaps the biggest Series A round for a POS software company in India. Let me just tell you a little more about the product. So we are a really feature-rich, heavy on product. Things like billing, inventory, khata, online dukaan, CRM, loyalty, you name it, we have it in the product. And perhaps once you start using it, you will not have to look beyond anything else. काफी फैला business है, so I can tell you that we have been across almost 80-90% of we cover 80-90% of the retail industry. There are a very specific use cases which we don't do, but except for that, if you have any kind of a business, QueueBuster is definitely what you can install, and it will always solve each and every use case for you. Why QueueBuster? As Anshuman would say, कि क्यों देखना है गन्ने के खेत? So why QueueBuster? You already have so many amazing companies in point of sale. So there is a famous dialogue in Diwar. So when a Windows guys would say, मेरे पास cash drawer है, printer है, scanner है, सब कुछ है, तुम्हारे पास क्या है? So the answer is, you have QueueBuster, because reason being, it is all combined into one stuff. You don't actually need to have so many devices for so many things. You just actually use QueueBuster. It comes with a lot of amazing Android-based devices. You don't need big desktops, big scanners, big printers. You can just use QueueBuster out of the shelf on Android-based devices, and it also works with your point-of-sale credit card, debit card machines that you already have in your store. So Paytm machines, PineLab machines, you can actually use QueueBuster directly on them, and it will work as fine. So this is a small video that I want to show you when I say that I'm going to save lakhs and crores of rupees for you. This is exactly what I meant. So this is a Earth Rhythm store. How will I go back? How do you play this? Ah, good. There is no sound in this. Okay, I'll become your. So this is a small store, and you actually need only this kind of a device to power your store. You don't need big fancy systems to run your inventory, your billing, your anything and everything that you need for your store. You just need this small device. And thankfully, there was another big D2C brand kiosk just right next to this. So I'm going to cover that as well. There is no sound in this. Store. So if you see this store, using a full desktop-based system and see the retail space, so almost like 20% of the retail space is being used here. And here you can actually use this entire space for keeping more products. If I tell you a typical calculation, this kind of a kiosk would charge somewhere around 1.5 lakhs, 2 lakh rupees a month. And if you're spending 20% of that space, you're actually paying 30,000 rupees to 40,000 rupees just to keep that Windows-based machine there, which is not going to do anything beyond just giving customers bills or making inventory notations, not beyond that. So why do you actually need to pay lakhs of rupees from a single store just to keep a machine which is hardly of any use, right? You can save that space, you can put more products in that space and save a lot of money. And not just that, there are 5 points which I would like to highlight. The reason is the cost of hardware, the cost of software, the cost of the retail shelf space that is used to put these systems, the cost of training the guys who are going to use the system, and the e-waste that you're generating adds up to lakhs and lakhs and crores of rupees, which you can actually save by using QueueBuster in your outlet. Another interesting point, when people come to us, they say that there are a lot of Android POS in the market. Why do we choose you? So my answer to this is yes, everyone do proclaim or they supposedly have Android POS, but once you start using them, then they say, don't use this, we have a desktop version, use that rather, because this is still work in progress, which is not the case with us. It's not a work in progress. We have been doing this for almost 8 years now, only on Android, and perhaps the most feature-rich, the best POS software that you can use on Android is definitely QB. There are a lot of partnerships that we have done, and because of these partnerships, your solution can actually it becomes a lot more scalable. You can actually use, let's say, QueueBuster in your outlet and may have Microsoft Navision maybe at your HQ. So you can still use Microsoft Navision in your HQ, but for your retail outlet, you can use QueueBuster and it will work seamlessly. Brand in question is, let's say, 𝗂𝘂𝗲𝗕𝘂𝗀𝗃𝗃 you go to any 𝗂𝘂𝗲𝗃𝗃 outlet, you will find small Android-based devices doing billing, but at the back end, they are using Microsoft Navision. So because of all these partnerships, we have been able to make the solution even more scalable. Customers 𝗕𝘂𝗲𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃, yes, there are a lot of customers who are happy, which are there on the screen. So there are 50,000 plus merchants who are using QueueBuster today, and perhaps that's the reason why it makes us the #1 player. Lastly, I am कुछ तो लेके जाऊंगा. So coming to this amazing conference, I believe that I'm going to take away a lot more home, and perhaps looking forward to a great partnership with all the retailers here and anyone who would love to meet us. We are there in stall number 20, which is the last stall in this row. Would love to meet you. There are a lot of devices that we have kept there. We are not into devices. We are not hardware player. We are a pure play software company, but we have given you a plethora of devices to test our software on. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Any questions?
Thank you very much, Mr. Varun Tangri. Thank you so much. I'd like to request Mr. Balaji, the Managing Director and IT World, to kindly come back on stage and help us honor Mr. Varun Tangri by presenting him a memento, a token of appreciation and gratitude. Thank you once again, Ms. Tangri. Thank you, Mr. Balaji, for doing the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, in true Bollywood style,